Hey everyone, thank you for joining me today. We're going to dive into the important subject of control, but not dealing with people who are controlling or dealing with the fact that I am being controlled, but the fact that there's situations and circumstances in my life that are out of control. And because they are out of control, I am spiraling out of control. Do you ever feel that way? I mean, do you feel like your schedule has just taken over your life, or finances have taken over your life, or as a Christian, your church ministry has taken over your life? And whatever it is, we can find ourselves, if we're not careful, just being run over, but not necessarily with bad things, just with life. And you look at your calendar and you think, how in the world can I survive, let alone thrive, when things look like this? And as we go in a pattern of these things, and we continue and we continue and we continue, man, it can be very, very discouraging. And honestly, if we're not careful, it can throw us into a place of discouragement. It can throw us even into a place of depression. And I just want to encourage you today with some steps that you can take to regain control of your life. I mean, we could call it, if we wanted to, cliche secret steps to reclaiming control of your life. I don't care what we call it. I just don't want you to be there. I've been there, and it's a terrible place to be. So, how can we regain this control of our lives? Well, the first thing I'm going to encourage you to do is just to do some reflection. You know, what's going on inside of you right now that you just don't like? And what is happening in your life that you can't stand anymore? And some things, it's just the reality of it. Maybe you can't run the way that you used to run, or do the things that you used to do, or work the way that you used to work, and it's pulling you down. I get that. But just sit down and do some self-reflecting, and just jot some things down that are in your life right now that, man, I just don't want them there. It's like that story, with Elisha. Elisha was my favorite prophet in the Old Testament. He was bald. He was a teacher. I mean, that's my man. And Elisha has all these young students. He worked with college students. I love that too. And he's training these young men in ministry, and one of them's chopping down a tree to build this school, and he's chopping it down, and the axe head goes flying off, and he's like, "Master, it was borrowed, and it's the head's come off my axe, and it's out in the lake." And Elisha, without saying, "Well, I'll get it back," or whatever, he says, "Where did it fall?" What happened, and where is it? It's like in Ephesus, where God, Jesus, tells the church, "You've lost your first love. Now remember where it is." We've got to reflect and figure out what is happening, and how do I get back to where I want to be. But it takes reflection first. It takes a remembering. It takes an adjusting. It takes trying to understand what is going on, and how can I deal with this negative that's popping up, and how do I deal with these things that are unsatisfactory, and taking control of my life. I love what Robin Sharma says in his book on the 5 a.m. Club. He says, elite production without quiet vacation causes lasting depletion. I need to write that down and put it in the comment section, but let me say it again. Elite production without quiet vacation causes lasting depletion. We need that time of quiet vacation. You're depleted. Life's taking you over. You need that quiet vacation to figure out where you are, so we can go back to this stage of elite production. All right, so I figured it out. I figured out why I'm a mess, what's going on in my life, why I don't like what's there. So, secondly, just let me encourage you to do this. Get up. Get up and get going. Okay, start forward. The progress forward doesn't start tomorrow. It starts today. Let me use the illustration of running. Let's just say that because of injury, or because of illness, or just because of age or weight, you can't run what you used to. You're not running what you ran in college. You're not running what you ran in your 20s. So now you're in denial and saying, "Well, I just can't run anymore." The fact is, you obviously can run. You just can't run the way that you used to. That's not an excuse. Okay, you've got to get up, get those running shoes on, and get out. I don't care if it's a 10, 11-minute mile, just get out and take those first steps. Okay, get out and start that running, get out and start that hobby, get out and start those things that you have not been doing. Get up. And not only to get up and get going, but let me say this, get up and get out of bed. Joshua, I think, was lying in bed. I think in Joshua chapter 1, we find him in his tent, under his covers, pillows over his ears. He didn't want to hear anybody. He didn't want to talk to anybody. He definitely didn't want to lead the children of Israel. He definitely didn't want to go in any battles. He definitely didn't want Jericho. And he definitely didn't want to do it without Moses. That was his man, his father-like figure, his mentor. But God comes to him and states the obvious. Joshua, Moses is dead. I love that. So let me tell you, yes, your days of winning races are done. Yes, your days of getting paid the way that you used to get paid are done. Yes, the days of investing like you did in 2020 are done. Yes, the way that you used to look before, 4 kids ago and 3 jobs ago is done. Okay, we understand that. The six pack might be gone forever, but get up, he says. Joshua, get up and go. Get up and cross that Jordan. And let me encourage you to get your backside out of bed. Get up. You see, when we're in this phase of life taking control of us, we pull the covers over, we hide, and we hit the snooze button, and we let the snooze button begin our day controlling us instead of us controlling it. And so you've got to get up. And honestly, it's not because I need my sleep or it's because I need my rest or I don't feel good. It's simply the fact that you know when your feet hit the ground, you're going to be under somebody's control or someone's control or something's control. And you can't stand the thoughts of that. So you think if you stay in bed, you're safe. No. What you've got to do is get up and you've got to go. You've got to cross over that Jordan. You've got to get up and overcome that depression, that discouragement, and get up and go. Say, but Trey, I just can't get out of bed in the morning. Well, let me encourage you. One, put your phone where you can't get it. So you've got to get up and walk across the room to turn it off. Or two, get an alarm like Alarmy that makes you do brain games or makes you take a picture of something. And in the morning, you've got to go and scan it so it sees that picture like your coffee pot or whatever. That'll get you out of bed in the morning. You say, Trey, I am going to get up by 8 o'clock. No. Let me say this. I want you up by 5 or 6, no later than 6 a.m. I want you to get a routine. I want you to get up every morning. And man, if I could challenge you to do anything, get up at 5. 5 is better than 6. Get up at 5 a.m. and start your day. Now, I will say you can't just get up at 5 a.m. and sit on the couch and trust things are going to come to pass. No, you'll fall back asleep until another alarm goes off. But I'm going to encourage you to get up at 5 a.m. and start accomplishing things. Get up at 5 a.m. and go after these goals. Get up at 5 a.m. and pray. Get up at 5 a.m. and read. Get up at 5 a.m. and journal. Get up at 5 a.m. and exercise. Get up at 5 a.m. and write 3 thank you cards. Get up at 5 a.m. and write a thanks journal. Get up at 5 a.m. and read a chapter in your Bible. Get up at 5 a.m. and take control. Man, do something. Walk the dog and listen to your favorite podcast. Do something. I don't care what it is, but just some things that you need to do that you can take control of will be amazing. And you'll be so thankful that you did it. So get up at 5 a.m. Divide that hour from 5 to 6 into 20-minute increments or 15-minute increments. And for 20 minutes, walk the dog. And then for 20 minutes, journal. And then for 20 minutes, read and pray. Or 30 minutes, read and pray. And 30 minutes, journal and walk the dog, whatever. I don't care. But just make sure you have a set plan and do those things you want to accomplish in the stillness of the morning. So set those goals for 5 a.m. and then have your 6 a.m. strategy ready. Say, what's a 6 a.m. strategy? Okay, this is what you really want to accomplish. Let's go back to running a 5K, and you want to run a 5K. Well, at 6 a.m., I want you to get up, or 5 a.m., get up, do your morning routine, and then right at 6, get out and run that 5K. Right at 5K, or get out and run, okay, that run that you've got to do for the day. Maybe you want to start writing a blog. Then from 6 to 6:30 for 30 minutes, you just write. And you start writing that blog. And you just get this plan going. And you take these first steps to greatness. I mean, you do an hour of controlling activities, and then you do 30 minutes of something that you want to accomplish. You are going to feel awesome. But I have a goal. Okay. I've got up. Okay. I've determined why I am where I am. So now I've got to be crystal clear in these goals that I want to accomplish and get a plan. Let's say it's a 5K, then get Hal Higdon or get Nike or get a couch to 5K, whatever it is, and start doing that daily. Let's say you want to start writing blogs, but you don't know how to start. Well, then look at a webinar and get some ideas of how to start. Those first runs will be ugly. Those first 30 minutes of writing will be horrible. You'll never keep them. That's not the point. The point is you're making steps towards your goal. And man, if you have a goal for a blog a week and you have 5, pages of notes for to choose from, you're going to be able to put a blog together of some of that. If you want to run a 5K and you've got 5 days stacked up of running and you do this day after day, month after month, man, you're going to be writing those blogs. And before you know it, 52 of them will be done a year later. And before you know it, you're going to be running 5Ks and maybe 10Ks. But it's that 6 a.m. strategy that you've got to go for. And it's just 30 minutes on a daily basis to get out there and to do it. Now, let me say this. As you do this, I would, if I were you, print out a little calendar and have the calendar for the month. And every day you do your 6 a.m. strategy, a big red X. So today I did my 5K, big red X. Today I did my 30 minutes of writing, big red X. And you just do that. Put it in a place you're going to be. So after you get done writing, as you leave your office, put it there by your office. If you're a runner, then put it in the closet when you go to get your clothes to go hit the shower after your run, and make it red. There's just something about red. It's awesome. Jerry Seinfeld, I think, writes 10 jokes a day, or at least he used to. And after every day that he wrote those jokes, he put a red X on the calendar, and that just kept him motivated and kept him going. So get out that red marker, mark those days off, get up, get your 5 a.m. going, get up, get your 6-minute strategy going. And just like that, before you know it, man, you're going to be going somewhere. And immediately within days, you're going to be feeling like you're in control of your life. So when you get home from work, it's not like, oh, I need to run, and oh, I need to write, and oh, I need to read my Bible, and oh, I need to pray, and I didn't do it today, and now I feel like a total loser. And no, because you've already done it. It's done, and you've excelled through it, and that's amazing. I want to encourage you too, if you're in these areas, get an accountability partner. Get someone to help you through it. Get someone that you can text at 5 a.m. and say, hey, I'm up. Or someone that can text you and say, hey, give me a picture of your journal. Give me a picture of your coffee. Give me a picture of this at 5 a.m. Somebody that knows that you're waiting for them. Okay, they're waiting for you to get up and accomplish your goal. Also, let me say this. You can waste 20 minutes like that if you turn on your phone. Leave your phone and your computers off. Leave electronics off. You don't need them. Get a pen and a paper for your journal. Okay, get a pen and a paper for what you're going to run that day. Leave electronics off till at least 6:30, and I would even say 7. Eliminate any distraction that could be there. And then as you get started on this plan, you might need some help. Right? You might need a coach. Well, get one. You might, be trying to get back into shape. Then you might need a trainer. My goal a few months ago was to try to get my life back into shape. And so there's a trainer here in Morgantown that I hired, and I worked out with him once a week for a while. It wasn't cheap, okay? But it was so worth it because he got me going, and he got me on a diet, and he got me training. And now every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 6 a.m., I'm doing those workouts that we did together. And Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, my 6 a.m. strategy to get out and to run. And I'm trying to be in the shape and the more fit than the majority of 45 to 50-year-olds out there today. I don't necessarily need to win 5Ks anymore or win marathons, but what I want to do is just to be in shape. I want to be here for a long time, and I don't want my life to be over because of laziness. And so that coach helped me. Maybe you got some back issues or maybe some stiffness, and you're going to have to get a massotherapist or chiropractor. Look, you say, I don't want to spend the money. Well, I'm telling you, if you don't spend the money to get back to health and to do the things that you know you need to do, you're going to be done making money because you're going to be on disability or you're going to be so sick you can't go to work. You're better off investing that money in yourself now so you can make more money later, or something's going to happen to you and somebody else is going to spend it anyway. So it might as well be you in good health and in a good place in life. So get that help if you need it. And then, man, celebrate those small wins. Celebrate running 25 miles a week. Put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram. Ran 25 miles this week, or put out that first blog and share it with everybody you know. Celebrate that you've done this. Look, it's a journey. And it does take time. And I know I won't even tell you my times when I started running after going through all this again, and how many push-ups I couldn't do after all this again. But you stay consistent with it. You keep marking off those calendar days with X's, and you are going to be amazed at how you feel, and you're going to be amazed at how just that hour and a half every morning is going to totally transform the way that you look at life. And before you know it, you're going to say, hey, I have got control. I have regained control of my time. I have regained control of my life. Bring it. I'm ready for it. And as you go back and you're thinking about, man, I just need help. If you do want some extra help, you need a mentor there. Maybe you're looking for, man, a life coach that can help you through these things. I have the availability right now to help 1 or 2 people. Just reach out to me, and I'd love to help you through that, set up your schedule, help you with accountability, and get you going over the next 6 months to the place where you want to be. If you know this podcast or this video could help somebody else and they're looking for help, man, send it to them. If you hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button, that would be awesome as well. We'd love to have you part of this channel or this podcast. So have a wonderful day, and look forward to getting back with you again in the future.